Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have part 4 of my animal print series to show you, and it's basically this ombre with some zebra stripes. So as you can see, it's on my little finger. I've got a thin clear base sculpted, which I've done with CJP crystal glass. I'm then going to use peach sorbet and my own mix of white to create the ombre. So the white is just CJP Snow White mixed with some of their clear acrylic, just to create a softer white, and because I find it a little bit easier to use. However, CJP do also do a white called coconut milk, which is meant to be a better alternative, so I am looking to give that a go. So basically I'm coming in with that bead of white acrylic. I've placed it roughly where I want my fade to start, and then I'm just pulling it down the free edge. I am super sorry for any noise that's in the background. I'm currently just sat in a car park as I've just dropped my daughter into dancing, and I've got to hang around for an hour to pick her up. And it's about the 4th time I've attempted to do this voiceover, so I thought I'm just going to take this hour of chill time to get it done. So yeah, I'm just smoothing that out, basically trying to get it as nice and as thin, as neat as possible. So just using my brush to really smooth out the acrylic. It just means that I think my crystal glass when capping goes on a lot nicer. And I'm then going to come in with another small bead just to fade it out a little bit more, and just to, you know, so there's not that harsh line when doing an ombre. Sometimes I do this first and then sometimes I do it like this. It just depends on the day. But however you do it, as long as you really fade out the back of that white bead, you should create a nice fade when it comes to applying your cover peach or pink. So I just applied a little bit more at the tip area there, as I noticed there was just a slight dip, and then sometimes if you ignore that it can look a bit, you know, it can create shadowing. So once I've finished applying that white, I'm coming in with the peach sorbet, pushing it up slightly towards the cuticle and blending out the back of the bead before then feathering it down the nail. Just taking my time to keep the sidewalls nice and neat and to gently bring it down the nail. And if you do find that you've brought it down a little bit too far, as you can see, you can just swipe some of that colour away and then begin fading it back out. And again, just like with the white acrylic, I'm making sure to really smooth it out to try and get a really neat application. So once I've finished doing that, I'm then going to come in with my cuticle bead, and I'm applying this at the cuticle area, pushing up towards the cuticle and then just dragging it down over the previous bead. Being really careful not to get it on any of the surrounding skin, as this will give you lifting, and we don't want that if we can prevent it. So usually if I'm using 2 core powders to create an ombre, I only cap the blend down to the tip. So that means with my peach acrylic here, I'm just making sure to build my apex and make sure that that's all in place. So, you know, when it comes to capping, I've literally just got to pop my clear acrylic on where the blend is and feather it down. If you haven't built your structure with your core colours, then, you know, you can come in and build it with your clear. So it doesn't matter too much, it's just, you know, how you find it easier. So here I'm just coming in with another small bead of that peach just to build up more of an apex. And because this video was a little bit of an easier design, that's why I've left it not so sped up, just so you can see how I work a bit easier. That was the other reason why I wanted to split this into 5 videos, so each of them could be a bit more detailed. So here I was just being a little bit fussy and wanting to get the perfect ombre, as even though I'm going to be coming in over the top with the zebra print, you know, I just wanted to know that underneath was as perfect as I could get it. So I just come in with another small bead of the white and blended it down, and I was quite happy with that fade. So here I'm coming in with a small bead of crystal glass, and as I was saying, I'm just capping that blend area, so when I come to do my finish filing and refine all of the nail and contour it, etc., I'm not going to file in to that blend and ruin, you know, the fade. So once I'm happy with that application, I'm then going to come in and pinch it. I didn't leave in pinching or filing, I just left in that little clip as I wanted to just show my C-curve. And then I'm just coming in with a white buffing block and buffing over the nail. So I'm just making sure to really go over it and buff out any scratches my file might have left, as I will be coming in and painting some design over the top. So again, using the Kiki London Blackpool and the Dmn Beauty detailer brush, I'm just going to paint on those zebra stripes. So I'm just making sure to load my brush up and then brush off any excess. And then yeah, I'm just improvising and making this up as I go along, as you know, I don't know, I feel like animal print hasn't been too difficult to do, but I would like to practice it and get it a little bit better. But this was my first proper attempt at doing it in a full set, so I've really loved having these nails on. So I'm just coming in using really gentle strokes. And the good thing about gel polish is if you do go wrong, you can just wipe it off with some acetone and start again. So I just wanted to take these stripes down to over the fade, so they did go on slightly to the ombre. I wasn't originally going to do that, I was just going to focus them on the white, but as I was doing it I thought it looked a little bit more, just looked more put together by going onto the peach as well. So I went a little bit further down with them, and I'm just making sure basically that I'm happy with the coverage, as I only wanted to do the one coat. Just checking from all angles, as you know, you're going to be looking at your hand the other way around 90% of the time, so make sure you're happy with it that way. Same if you're doing it on a client, check it from their view. And here I'm just faffing about. But then once that's done, I've popped it into cure for 60 seconds, and I'm then going to come in with my CJP Tack Free Top Gloss, which is my absolute favourite top coat, and I'm just going to top coat it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did miss part 1 or 2 or 3, I will leave them linked in the description box below, so do go check them out. It doesn't really matter what order you watch them in, but they all do show something slightly different. If you have enjoyed watching this video, then please give me a thumbs up, and you know, if you've got any ideas or anything you'd like to see me do, pop it in the comments below. And if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you did. So after top coating, I've cured that, allowed it to cool for around a minute or 2, and then I'm coming in with my cuticle oil, applying that to the cuticle area and then just gently rubbing it in. And then that's the end of the video. I've just left a clip for the full set, and I shall see you tomorrow with part 5. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.